I'm going to tell you why I don't drink alcohol and why I haven't in 10 years. And it is not about health reasons, and it is not about me being a recovered alcoholic. It is my choice, and I will tell you the reasons why. Beautiful day, unlimited sparkle. You're watching Live Unbound with Liv Kissper, a channel for those who are ready to stop hiding and pretending and who want to express their unique superpowers in daily interactions. So, why I don't drink alcohol? Well, I grew up in the Czech Republic, as you may know, and we drank a lot. I started drinking when I was about 13. We started experimenting with beer, and then I started going out when I was a teenager or later teenager, to bars and clubs, and I was always drinking every weekend almost. It was just something to do. And I just didn't know any other option. I just thought, wow, like that was actually the only time I could have fun, like real fun. And I really was craving to connect with people, and I just didn't know how to do it otherwise. And I really had that need for intensity. There's like things that happen in the week and they're like a little bit of fun, but when I got drunk, like it was just like super fun, right? And things get messy and then you have to clean them up and then you have to live and you have these amazing stories and you bond with people. And this was all that alcohol provided me. And also I have to admit that I was going out to get laid and so looking for love and looking for boyfriends and looking for lovers, and because I was so incapable of finding someone myself with normal state of consciousness. So this is what was happening before. When I was 21, I actually had a DUI, which means driving under influence. That was in the States. And after the results came back, actually I was under the legal limit, but I still went through the whole procedure because it took like 3 months for the results to come back. They took my blood. And that was the first lesson about alcohol. I had to go to Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that. So I had to go part of the DUI, like 10 classes with all these people who are recovering from being, drunk driving or had alcohol problem. And I remember just felt so awkward being there because I never really liked drinking, but it was just my way of having fun. And I remember all I got from these classes was that alcohol is bad for you and it will kill people. And, when you put it on your skin, it's because before you put some injection in the doctors, it's because alcohol kills everything. And I was like, well, okay, but it still didn't change anything inside of me. I went home after the class and I would be still drinking because that was the only way how I could have fun. And then something big happened when I was in college at the university. I was in London, in Greenwich, and I met a friend. Her name was Sarah, and Sarah didn't drink. And Sarah was a super happy, dancey friend. I loved her, and we used to go out, and when she didn't drink, I didn't drink. And I started noticing, wow, I actually have so much fun when I don't drink. And so I stopped drinking every time I was going out with her. And then I started thinking about it like, wow, actually, all I was always looking for was this connection. And I have this with her. And now I have it with other people too. Because before I was super dissipative. And this is where I get to my point, why I actually don't drink. I would feel some tension or discomfort in my body, maybe being shy around people. And I would have to dissipate it immediately. I would either have to be laughing or I would have to be drinking. It's like almost like vomiting my own power. And I've noticed like how to really be with my sensations in my body, how to be with other people. And I know some people drink just to take the edge off. And I realized that the edge is what gives me that power to connect to other people. It what gives me that power to be vulnerable and to connect. And sometimes it feels awful, like I would be really uncomfortable and I would be staying with those sensations. And instead of drinking, I just wouldn't. And I got so high from this feeling of transforming my discomfort in my body. And I started connecting with people on a totally different level. I started having really meaningful conversations because I could be now way more conscious than before when I was drinking. And I started being more vulnerable, and it changed everything. And also, should I say this or not? I've noticed that I can't have sex when I'm drunk. It's just, it's more fun, but it actually dissipates all that beautiful orgasmic energy that's in there. And so I just stopped drinking, and that's around 10 years ago. And I haven't drunk since then at all, and I have no desire. So when people ask me, oh, really, you don't drink a little bit, just, at some dinner or, Keshu, lie down. At dinner or just, like to socialize, I'm like, no, I don't want to be drinking. And now I meet more and more people who also don't drink alcohol, and it's amazing. And I actually don't go to bars, I don't go to pubs and clubs anymore, because it's like counterproductive to me. It's like the opposite. I would always go, and I would go home alone and feel even worse than before. And now I know how to be with just myself, and how to be with the discomfort when I'm feeling alone. Because essentially that's what helps me to connect to other people. So overall, to sum it up, I don't want to drink, and that's my spiritual practice, like how to be with the discomfort. And I feel amazing. I feel really good for not drinking, and I would suggest anyone to try it just a few times. And I know it's sometimes super hard to try not to drink, especially when all your friends are drinking, because then you feel like the odd one out. But maybe if you're one who doesn't drink, maybe you will inspire other people too. Or maybe you will just change your crowd completely. So I'm super grateful to my friend Sarah, who told me that I can have the best fun of my life when I'm actually not drinking. I can consciously create what I'm needing, rather than relying on something random to happen to have these like drug stories. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And how far are you willing to go with, let's see. How far will you go to live unbound? Surprise, surprise. But this is what it all comes down to, because I really felt that alcohol was taking that part of my life and was keeping me bound to something else than myself.